God gave me a gift. It's a very unique gift. And once I say it, you're like, that's not a gift. But some of you have this gift too. Some of you may not even know you have this gift. What is it? ADHD. Let me explain. This year has been a rough year for me. I have been struggling a lot with my health. It's just been one thing after another. And one of those things was finding out I have ADHD. Now, I went through the whole grieving cycle. I fought with God. I'm like, "Why did you make me this way?" And then he started showing me that, for one, why are women in particular like getting diagnosed later on in life? And like this, and so I started to think, okay, when I was in school, it was only the boys that were hyperactive that would get diagnosed with ADHD. It was a boy thing. But now, like, they're starting to do a little bit more research, and it shows that girls internalize. We daydream. We just carry everything in, all of those built up emotions. I look back in my early years and I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely ADHD. I was like, okay, Lord, like you got to show me, like, why do I have this? And so I started like doing some research and like there are many people throughout history, even in the Bible, that are speculated to have ADHD. One of them is Peter. Peter in the Bible was speculated to have ADHD because he was very impulsive. He just couldn't sit still. He was ready to go. There's papers written on why people think Peter was or had ADHD, but there's some other people that I kind of have speculations on now too. I want to do a little bit more research before I bring it to you, but we also look in the later years. We have Mozart, we have Alexander Graham Bell, we have Albert Einstein, we have Pablo Picasso, and then you keep going on, and then all these musicians and famous people, billionaires that have ADHD. And I was like, okay, Lord, it's not just a food thing because, or a 21st century thing, because everybody's like, oh, it's the food dyes, it's the this, it's the that, it's that. I'm like, it's, yes, those things can make it worse, but maybe, just maybe, this is how God created us to be. Because if you think about it, where would we be today? Like, we see things in different ways and we see solutions to problems in different ways. Now, I'm not saying only ADHD people are like this, but it comes more natural to us. I am at the point, I'm like, maybe God designed for some people to have this because, like Dr. Amen, he shows brain scans that it's an actual brain issue with the lack of dopamine and stuff. So like if you go to Amen Clinic's website, you can see the different brain scans between a normal person and a person with ADHD. It's not from our environment. It's not just something made up. It's a real thing. Now, there are some negative side effects to ADHD, and boy, I have them, and I've struggled with them because I would always look at the negative side of it. And for one, this year, it was after my 34th birthday that I found out I had ADHD. But I look back and it's just so eye-opening. This is who I am. And like, so like I do have those negative behaviors and I always focused on them. And even when found out I had ADHD, I was like, God, why? Why can't I do the simple things? And the Lord showed me that I was focusing on the wrong part. because there is so much good that comes from ADHD. It is truly a superpower because I can hyper focus on something, learn everything I need to do. I love crafts. I can do just about anything with my hands. I look at things in different ways that other people don't and solve problems. Like, it is truly a gift. And I need to focus more on the positive and learn how to adjust things in my life that the negative won't come out as bad, because there are ways to help without hindering the good. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, ADHD is on the rise. Well, this is the first time that people are actually looking at it between males and females. And more women are getting diagnosed. A lot of women in their 30s, 40s, even 50s, they're starting to get late diagnoses. It answers a lot of questions, because one of my biggest things, like always, like, why do I have to be this way? Why can't I keep friends? Why can't I focus on simple tasks? Why do I get so overwhelmed that I literally get paralyzed and can't do anything? It all makes sense. It's like that puzzle piece. That last one that was on the floor that got lost was found, and it was put into place. A lot of people with ADHD struggle with this because of rejection sensitivity. We are so afraid of being rejected by people in any kind of circumstance that we mask ourselves. We try to portray who we think you want us to be. And so we put on a facade whenever we're in social situations, whenever we're interviewing, whenever we're talking with friends, or whenever we're meeting new people, because we want you to like us, because we are terrified of you not liking us. So that has caused a lot of issues in my life, and probably in yours too if you have ADHD. It causes stress. Stress is not good on your body. I know this firsthand because my adrenals went into stage 3 adrenal fatigue. My liver stopped working to process the hormone from my adrenals to be able to like disperse it in my body. So I gained a lot of weight, and it was all because I was trying to be someone I am not. So 2024 is going to be the year of unmasking. That's what the Lord said he wants me to do, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be who God created me to be. Stop hiding my little quirks. Stop trying to fit in. I am who I am because that's how God made me. He has truly given me a gift. And I am sure going to put that to good use this year, because I am tired of not being me. Honestly, I didn't even know who I was for the longest time. People bother me so much when they're like, don't let your diagnosis define you. I've told a couple people about this, especially in the Christian community. And man, you guys, you need to just go to Jesus and work on yourself before you judge others. Seriously. But yeah, I told some people about this ADHD thing, and they're like, oh, you can't let that define you, blah, blah, blah. Don't speak that over your life. And yeah, you don't want to speak that over your life. But if this is truly who God made me to be, I need to embrace that. I need to share my gifts with other people and be who God intended me to be and touch the lives he intended me to touch because of my ADHD. So stop saying I am leaning on it as a crutch. No, God did not intend this to be a crutch. Yes, if you focus on the negative, it will be a crutch. But this year, I am unmasking, being who God created me to be, and moving on with my life and doing what the Lord has called me to do. I encourage you, if you have ADHD, unmask this year. 2024 be the year that you just Be who God has created you to be and live in that and find the freedom in that and touch the lives God has you to touch because of your ADHD. Be blessed and happy 2024.